From GB News, Andy Burnham makes major EU U-turn after Wes Streeting sparks a Brexit battle. Right, there's a few good things to talk about this morning related to the upcoming election in Makerfield. First of all, Andy Burnham's copying Captain Flip-Flop and changing his mind, coincidentally, now that he's running in Makerfield, and he's obviously aware that 65% of the town voted for Brexit. So I'm sure that's going to go down about as well as a loud fart at a baby's funeral. That's just not one of them things that I think the people of the town are going to swallow easily. Other news is that Rupert Lowe shared a banging post related to his insistence that Restore are going to run a candidate there. Rebecca Shepherd is their candidate for Makerfield. And the third bit of news is that Jacob Rees-Mogg's come out and said that he thinks the Conservatives should stand their candidate down in Makerfield, which came out of left field. I didn't see that one coming. So there's three things worth talking about. I'll do it now. But before we get started, let's have a quick look at Andy Burnham in his PE rig as he was snapped by the paparazzi going out for a jog. I'm sure some of you have missed this one. There he is. Look at that. Look at the clip of him. Andrew Lawrence said there, I genuinely don't believe this man has ever been for a run before in his life. Obviously he's trying to be funny. But can you blame him for making that comment? Look at the clip of him. Dayglow trainers, sex offender shorts. And I don't know what football top that is. I'd expect City or United if he's in Manchester. So yeah, you can point out that he has ran marathons before. I know he has completed a couple. He is a runner. But you can't blame Andrew for making that comment, can you? Not when he looks like that. He looks like a fat kid who forgot his PE kit at primary school. He had to just pull 3 items at random from the lost property box. And the first set of shorts he put his hands on belonged to an anemic 6-year-old girl. Still, I mean, I'd rather see Mr. Burnham squeeze into him than Diane Abbott. Right, first up, let's have a look at Rupert's post. This is great. He said he's proud to announce Rebecca Shepherd's standing for Restore in Makerfield. She spent most of her adult life living and working in the Wigan Borough and has built and run her own business. Again, these are the people we need in Parliament, not the clueless, economically illiterate half-wits like Rachel Reeves. Oh, Rachel Reeves.
She's a spastic.
She definitely is, my closely shorn chum. Like so many residents, Rebecca's seen the growing impact of rising costs, legislation, red tape, bureaucracy. They've wrecked our economy. Totally wrecked it. You know this. I know this. Random tramps in Montenegro know this. They've wrecked the economy. You're circling the drain now in the UK, and it's going to hurt very soon. He continues, she understands what local people are going through, and it's the type of person we need in politics. Not career politicians, but genuine people with real life experience. And the one I really liked at the bottom of this post, where is it? There, that. Restore our high streets, push for free car parking to drive football, and abolish business rates to reinvigorate the town centre. And this is the best part, deliver a full investigation into the explosion of vape shops and Turkish barbers for trading standards and immigration non-compliance. Bang on. Who doesn't want that? Who isn't sick of walking past barbers' shops that definitely spend more time cutting hard drugs than people's hair? I've never seen anyone getting their hair cut in a Turkish barber's, but I've seen lots of dishevelled Eastern European prostitutes walking into them with big bags under their eyes. So I don't know what's going on there, but there is definitely no barbering taking place in these barbershops. It's obvious. And like so many things in the UK, they just don't do anything about it. They just let it happen. These American sweet shops, vape shops, yeah, like the one that set fire to half of Glasgow recently. They just let them get away with it. The UK police only police people like you when you're tweeting online. What are we at? 16,500 arrests a year now for tweets. They're not interested in stopping, and these things matter. Like I said, the broken window theory that Giuliani was famous for. Sorting the little things out sorts the big things out. Get rid of them. Every one of these dodgy shops should be getting closed down. And again, if the government wanted to, they could do it in a weekend, but they don't. Ask yourself why. Ask yourself why. Because they like illegals, albos and marlies running amok in your towns and streets. Because then you'll be afraid and then you'll do as you're told. So let's bang on. I love that. She sounds great. I would wholeheartedly recommend throwing your support behind her. Second thing I've got to address, because I know people are going to whinge about it in the comments, is the tactical voting issue, right? So Jacob Rees-Mogg's come right out and said Tories should step aside for reform in Makerfield. He said Josh Simon's just left to pave the way for Andy Burnham, and he reckons that if they block Burnham's entry to Parliament and a potential Labour leadership bid, it'll have a knock-on effect for the wider Labour Party because, yeah, they don't want anyone even remotely charismatic or likeable leading them. And you can slag off Burnham, but I think anyone with eyes, anyone who's ever watched him speak, can definitely understand that. Compared to Starmlin and Streeting and Lambtron and all the other gimps in the Labour Party, he's like some sort of dashing debonair charmer, isn't he, Andy Burnham? I mean, who would you rather go for a pint with, Andy Burnham or Keir Starmer? Oh, Keir Starmer. Ha! Gay! It's not even a question, is it? It's not even a question. So that's a fair point, and I understand the reticence of people to see Rupert stand a candidate, especially after Jacobs made that declaration. But the thing is, Kemi's already said they're going to ignore him. Jacobs not an MP anymore. They'll stand a candidate. And I guarantee the Greens are going to stand a candidate as well. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot the GB News story. And Burnham has already made a major EU U-turn, which is quite a big deal because it just shows what a little Weasley is. The Labour Party's just treating the electorate with total contempt. It's like they just feel like they can drop Burnham in wherever he wants and he'll take it. Makerfield was almost as pro-Brexit as Redcar. And I don't know if anyone outside of the North East knows Redcar, but the people in Redcar have about as much interest in being a member of the European Union as they have in swapping the lemon tops for falafels. It's just not on the cards. I think they were like 72% in Redcar. So yeah, Makerfield is a Brexit town. That's why the right can do it. That's why Restore can definitely do it. Yeah, it gives Farage a good advantage as well, doesn't it? Because I guess he is Mr. Brexit and you can't take that away from him. Whereas Burnham, he's Mr. EU, isn't he? He famously said he wanted the UK to rejoin the EU in his lifetime. And now, according to this GB News story, he said, I'm not proposing that the UK considers rejoining the EU. Yeah, because you're a maggot, Andy. You're a maggot. A slightly more likeable maggot than every other maggot in the Labour Party, but a maggot nonetheless. So, I'm going to argue on behalf of Rebecca Shepherd here. I think at the end of the day, you can't get into this game where you start playing Machiavellian politics, worrying about anybody else. The only thing you can worry about is yourself, right? The only person who looks back at you in the mirror is you, and you can't get into this second guessing of other people and worrying about what everybody else does. You can only go with your instincts and back the person that you like the most. And clearly, people on the right side of the aisle these days definitely like Rupert Lowe and Restore more than Old Froggy and Reform. And like I said, I'm not going to slag off Reform. I don't do that thing. Even people I like on the right seem to spend more time slagging off the right than the left. I don't do it. If you prefer Reform, go vote for Reform. But if you prefer Restore, vote for Restore. Get out and push their candidates. Canvass for them. We've still only got 60% voter turnout. If we get off our arses and actually get people out voting, Restore can win the seat. They've just done it in Great Yarmouth. You can't vote for the least worst option when you've still got unknown quantities in the mix. As I said to you lot, if it gets to a week before the general election and the needle hasn't moved, then by all means, hold your nose and vote for Reform. But that's a long way out. And clearly, Rupert's vision for the country is better than Nigel Farage's. Especially when Nigel recruited someone I am happy to slag off, Robert Jenrick. Robert Jenrick, the man who, when I was out in Afghanistan, was sneaking Taliban fighters into the UK so they could roger 10-year-olds. That was happening. We were going over there to fight the Taliban, and secretly the Conservative government was importing the enemy and giving them council houses in English towns and cities. Oh yeah, and Nadim Zahawi is on the team as well. And you must remember that big story from The Independent. Do you remember this one? There. Grant all illegals an amnesty, says Conservative MP Nadim Zahawi. He's got to be pulling my piss of that fella. I can't believe he's still in politics. What a weasel. So yeah, that's what I've got to say about it. The Greens are standing a candidate. The Lib Dems will probably stand a candidate. If everybody else is standing a candidate, then surely there's enough room on the ticket for Reform, Restore and even the Tories. If you're a dyed-in-the-wool Conservative with a head full of horse shit and you still haven't got with a programme, then go and vote Conservative. I mean, I think you've got the IQ of a chicken McNugget, but you go and support whoever you like. That's democracy. The Labour vote split three ways. Why can't the right-wing vote split three ways? Look in the mirror, concede you've got problems. If we have the will to save our nation, people will get off the fat asses and they'll vote for the candidate that will stand us best. And I think at this moment in time, it's Restore. But that's just what I think. That's just what I think. If you think Nadim Zahawi is definitely Conservative because he's conserved loads of things, hasn't he? Well, you can disagree in the comments down below. You clearly don't pay attention to the world and won't have anything interesting to say, but do it anyway. You know, it's a free speech channel, this one. All right, let me know what you think down there. Thanks for liking and sharing the video. As usual, I passed 23 million views this week. Not bad, considering Susan and Neil have been goading me with a sharp stick ever since I started doing this. So I'm happy with that. Thanks for watching. See you all tomorrow. Toodle pip. Cheers.